Good morning or good afternoon, students. So, in the last class, the force was explained, isn't it? Force is nothing but the push or pull or given to an object so that it can move. So, what do you understand that when a force is applied? So, when a force is applied, object will move with a velocity of v. That is here a mass of m, where I am going to apply an external force to it. What happens there? This mass starts moving with a velocity of v. So it possesses something called as momentum. Momentum which is equal to m into v. What is this momentum? Is nothing but the measure of that force. This linear momentum is otherwise nothing but the measure of the force is what is called as momentum p, small p. Okay, so this is a vector quantity, so that says this is in direction with the same direction of the velocity, along the direction of the velocity is. So that is what is linear momentum, and its SI unit. So always SI unit is nothing but the unit of mass into the velocity. We know that mass is SI unit is kg and velocity is meter per second. So did you understand, children, what is linear momentum? Linear momentum will say what kind of how much amount of force is experienced by this mass, and it is along the direction of the velocities. So now moving on to the next topic, which is Newton's law. Newton's first law. Newton's all the three law is going to explain you about the force. Out of that, the first law in which it is going to depend on the inertias. Okay. So first force is explained in terms of inertia is what is Newton's first law. So we have learnt about inertia. What is inertia? It's the inability of the body to change its state or rest or of uniform motion. So what does this Newton's first law says is every body continues to be in its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line unless it is acted upon by some external force. What does this explains is that only when a force is applied, any object can either start moving or it will stop. That is what is Newton's first law is. Okay. So now moving on to definition of force. How force can be defined? So how can we define force as? Force is defined as push or pull. We know that. And it's a vector quantity. What's the meaning of vector quantity is that it has a direction, not only a magnitude. It is going to say about in which direction it is going to move. So force is nothing but which produces or tries to move, or it stops or tries to stop, or it tries to change its direction. So this is what the definition based on inertia is. So linear momentum, then first law of Newton's, then definition of force. So now types of forces. What is force? Push or pull, correct? So and also it possesses an direction. So based on the direction, forces are classified basically into two types. One is called as like parallel forces. You have two forces acting in the same direction. You should think only about the direction, not about its magnitude. Magnitude can be anything. See, look here, it's a smaller line that has been drawn here, which is smaller force, and the next line is a larger line, that is a bigger force. But I call this as like parallel forces. These both are parallel to each other and moving in the same direction, hence it is called as like parallel forces. So two or more forces with equal or unequal magnitude acting along the same direction, which is called as like parallel force. Now the second type of force, which is unlike parallel forces. So here this is first force, second force, third force, correct? Out of this first force and the second forces are like parallel forces, children. They both are acting in the same direction, but first one and the third one, you can look that first one and the third one are in opposite direction. They both are parallel to each other, but their direction is opposite to each other. So hence these kind of forces only are called as unlike parallel forces. So two or more forces which are acting along opposite direction is what is called as unlike parallel forces. So now we'll move on to resultant force. What's the meaning of resultant forces? For example, here I have taken three forces. Now what is when I add a vector sum of all these forces, what will it give me? That is what is called as resultant. Okay. So by definition, if it has to be written in terms of physics, it's a combined force. What's the meaning of combined forces? Here there are two or more forces, so hence it is called as combined force, which is represented by a single force is what is called as resultant. That is vector sum of all forces. So here you have first one which is 5 Newton, second one which is 3 Newton, which is acting in the same direction. So what will be the force will be that it is 8 Newton. Okay, but the third force is 10 Newton, but in the opposite direction. So the net force will be 2 Newton. Can you understand what's the meaning of vector sum? Where I need to take into account the direction. So if I am going to have parallel forces here, F1, F2, where I need to add only both the magnitudes. So if they both are in the same direction, then it is F1 plus F2. If parallel forces are opposite, then it is F1 minus F2 or F2 minus F1, whichever is greater. That is what I have done with finding out the resultant. But in some cases what happens is that this F1 will be equal to F2. That is, if I am going to have this also F1 as 5 Newton and this third line also to be 5 Newton, then what happens where F is equal to 0, where you have equal and opposite forces giving it to be equal to 0. That kind of forces is what is called as balanced force. Which one? Where you have the net force, if it is going to be equal to 0, then that resultant is called as balanced force. If at all, if I am going to have some answer to it, either plus or minus, then it is called as unbalanced force. So based on this, equilibrium is defined, which is where some object is brought to equilibrium by applying another force equal and opposite force. What's the meaning of that is, when any object is at equilibrium is that when the net force is equal to 0. That is, I have an object to which I have applied a force of F1 which is 5 Newton and an opposite force which is going to be at 5 Newton. So hence the object is at the same place. That kind of object is what is called as, or that kind of resultant is what is called as equilibrium, where it is at equilibrium position, it has not changed the position. So these all are the types of forces. What we have learned today is Newton's first law, linear momentum, then types of forces. In types of forces, like parallel force, unlike parallel force, then a resultant force, then equilibrium is nothing but the resultant force where F is equal to 0.